Hi everybody, welcome back. In this video, I'll be solving another SQL problem. Problem number 1633, percentage of users attended a contest. Let's take a look at the problem statement. So we are given two tables, users and register. Users table has two columns, user ID and username. User ID is the primary key for this table. And register table also has two columns. The combination of these two columns is the primary key for this table. So our task is to find the percentage of the users registered in each contest rounded to 2 decimals. Return the result table ordered by percentage in descending order, and in case of a tie, ordered it by contest ID in ascending order. Alright, so let's take a look at the example. The users table has 3 user IDs, 6, which is Alice, 2, Bob, 7, Alex. And in register table, we have contest ID and user ID. So let's take a look real quick. For contest ID number 108, we have all the user ID. So 2, 6, and 7. So the percentage should be 100 because all of them participate in the contest. Let's take a look at another contest ID, 215, we have 6, 7, so only 2. So for contest ID number 215, there's only 2 out of 3 participated in the contest. So it's gonna be 66.67%. Let's take another example. Let's take a look at 207. So for 207, looks like we have only one contestant, which is Bob. So because there's only 1 out of 3, so it's going to be 1/3 of the user in the users table times 100. So it's going to be 33.33%. All right, let's solve this problem. So as usual, I would just take a look at the table when joined together before jumping into like solving the whole problem at once, because I also want to explain to you like my approach. Usually I would have to kind of look into the table, investigate a little bit before solving the problem. All right, so I'm going to do select contest ID. All right, I'm going to select contest ID, username, because I'm also interested in the username, and user ID. Whoa. Let me indent this so it looks it's easier to see. Alright, so select these columns. I'm gonna do from, because I want the contest ID comes from register, so I want to keep the register table to be on the left. So I'm gonna do from register. And we'll call it R. I'm gonna do left join with user table, and I'll call it U. All right, we're gonna join on R, so it's gonna be user ID in both table. User ID in users table is the primary key, and user ID in register is the foreign key references the user ID in users table. So it's gonna be r dot user ID equal to u dot user ID. And okay, so let's run this. I might run into an error because I didn't alias this. I'm gonna give it an r dot user ID. Oh wait, so okay, yeah, that's fine. User, there was a typo there. All right, okay, so let me order by contest ID, because it's pretty hard to see if it's not ordered. Order by contest ID. All right. Okay. As you can see here, for contest ID 207, we have Bob. So this is, we will get the count of this user ID. So we're gonna group by contest ID. So for this contest ID, the count of user ID is gonna be 1 over the total of user ID, the total number of users in the users table. So it's gonna be 3. So 1 divided by 3 times 100, and we'll have like 33.33%. So that is for contest ID 207. And for contest ID 208, we'll have all of them. Therefore, we'll have like 100%. Similarly, to contest ID number 209, we have all of the user participating in the competition, the contest. And for 210, we also have 3 of them. 215, we have only 2 out of 3, so it's going to be 2 divided by 3 times 100, so it's going to be 66.67%. All right, so we are going to do that in our query. So in here, because I only need contest ID, I'm going to remove these 2 columns. And here I'm going to do the aggregation. So I'm going to, like I said earlier, we're going to get the count of user ID times 100. So it's going to be count user ID times 100. I'm going to divide it by the total count of user ID, but not in the register table, but in the users table, right? So I'm gonna do a select because we want the total number of user in the users table. So this is 3, but if we do the total number of user ID in register, and after that we group by contest ID, it's gonna be divided by like this 1 instead of 3, right? And it will divide it by for 209, it's going to divide it by 3, which is also like 100%. So that is all right. But for the cases where not all of them participated in the contest, like for contest ID 215 or 207, and if we do the count here using the register user ID, it's gonna be like 100% because we have the count of user times 100 over like 2, so we don't get the right result. We're not gonna get the correct calculation, so it's gonna be select count. So select count star from this table, but I'm gonna do select count user ID, but you can write select count star, that is fine, from user tables. All right, so the way to read this is the number of users that participated in the contest divided by the total user they are in the users table. And don't forget, we have to round this to 2 decimals. So I'm going to do round to 2 decimal point, and I will call it percentage. Yes, percentage. And don't forget, we have to do a group by. We have to group by contest ID. Group by. And order by, we're gonna order by percentage, in descending order. So it's going to be descending order, and in case of a tie, we order it by contest ID in ascending order. So let's check one last time before we run it. So it's like contest ID. So we have the aggregation to get the percentage. We name it percentage from register table. We call it R. We left join with users. We call it U. We join on user ID. We group by contest ID and order by percentage descending. And if there's a tie, we order it by contest ID ascending. So let's run this. User ID is ambiguous. I forgot to give it an alias again, so we don't need, actually we don't need contest let's take a look. User ID. So because user ID is in both tables, we're going to give it an alias. I'm going to do R. This user ID, we want them to be in this table. We want the count of the user participated in the contest. And for this count, we don't really have to, because we select this from user, so we don't have to give it an alias. So let's run this. All right, so my output looks good. Let's submit this one. Okay, so I passed all the test cases. Runtime 1739 milliseconds, beats 47.58% of users with MySQL. And that is it for today. Thank you for watching, and I see you in another video.